Well, I'm back out in Miami Beach for one last go around. And I'm up in this skyscraper here, and I'm scared of falling down. 'Cause the wind is blowing and the skies are pretty, and the air is chill and calm. But I'm headed right back to the D, going home to hug my mom.
Thuggalo. Thuggalo show. Thuggalo. Elixir. Thuggalo show. Thuggalo show. Elixir. Thuggalo show.
What up, y'all? What up, y'all? You're watching the Thuggalo Show. Every week, the Thuggalo Show been at it, just chopping and grinding and grinding and grinding. And you know what's funny about grinding is eventually that hard work pays off. I see a lot of people in the chat. We're going to have a lot more people coming in. We got a huge guest. Onstead, who is tonight's guest, dog?
The motherfucking Duke of the motherfucking... Oh my God, I still can't even think right now. Just bring him on. Just bring him on. Look who's here.
J. Violent J. What up, homie?
The Duke up in this bitch.
Yes.
The D-U-K-E.
Yes.
That's right. What up, y'all? I'm Thuggalo for life, in case anybody fucking speculating.
Hey, Jay, man, we got to thank you again for coming on and making this shit happen, dog. This is huge for us, man.
Hey, man, ain't no speculation to it. Only factulation. I'm Thuggalo. Through and throughout. In and out, and swerving all around your mama's pussy. I'm Thuggalo, bitch. Know that shit.
Real shit. Hey, you just celebrated a birthday last week, man. How was that?
It's crazy, man, because I turned 49. I'm like, what the fuck, man? I turned 50 like a year ago, and suddenly I turned 49. I was like, I think I'm tripping. I went and had it scientifically proven and shit. Yeah, I turned 49, so I guess I'm going backward now. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm happy about it.
Isn't that what Benjamin Button had, and you're just getting younger and younger and younger?
Real shit.
I don't know. I know one thing's for sure, man. I was thinking about it the other day, you know, and I was like, you know, like I'm out here, I'm 51 years old in this bitch, right? And I'm rocking Jordans, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, when I was like 30, I thought I'd be like my neighbor Tom, you know, at my old house. My neighbor Tom was a dork, you know what I'm saying? He'd be out watering the grass. He'd be like, hey, Joe. I'd be coming to get my mail. He'd be like, you know, yeah, you know, I'm in a Christian band and we're doing a gig at the fucking hot dog, you know, festival down the block on the road, you know, and he'd be making me, are you still doing that clown rap? You know what I'm saying? And I thought I'd be like him when I was 50. But now that I'm 50, I got Jordans on. You know what I'm saying? I'm Thuggalo in this bitch.
Still selling out shows?
My conversations with hotties sound exactly the same as when I was 25. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some skins. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, nothing changed but the fucking weather. You know what I'm saying? If I'd have known I would still be fly from the floor to the sky when I'm an old man, I wouldn't have sweated being old anymore. I'd have been looking forward to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so like, you was chasing Nedden at 20 and you're chasing Nedden at 50. It's the same shit. You feel me?
I mean, you know, hey, that's your mind frame anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it's never changed. You know, like I was married for a long time. You know, and I didn't think that. I was talking to Isham the other day in the studio. I was married for a long time, and you know, I had babies, and I tried to not think like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think like that. I thought like this is what I'm supposed to be. You know, and then when all of a sudden I wasn't married no more, I was like, not that I ain't supposed to be married, but I think I'm just not supposed to be. I guess the word is what's the word? Conventional. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm
monogamous.
Well, maybe not monogamous. I'm usually a good man when I try to be, but I'm just not conventional. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like I'm gonna be rock. Like I started feeling funny about rocking Jordans. I thought, who the fuck? I thought it'd be like Tom, my dorky neighbor, when I was 50.
Right.
You know, talking about bullshit and lame shit. I didn't know I'd still be rocking Jordans, but then I started looking on Instagram and I seen the guys from Wu-Tang Clan, and I was like, man, those motherfuckers are dressing just like me, and they're the same age. I don't feel dumb no more. It's a new day. You know what I'm saying? It's just different now. Anyway, you always question yourself about how you are and all that shit. It's just part of being a human, you know, insecure. But at the end of the day, when I really think about it, I could give a flying fuck less what anybody thinks. You know, that's basically why my nuts are there, so everybody can blow them. You know what I'm saying?
Real shit. Hey,
I mean, you're only pissing for like not even 1% of the day. The rest of the day they're just hanging there for no reason. No, that's so everybody can blow them. You know what I'm saying?
Big facts, homie. Big facts. Hey, we were speaking on Nedden initially. I want to get back to that because everyone loves Nedden. I want to say the song "Some Good Pussy" from the recent, you know, Bloody Sunday album you put out, bro. What was the inspiration for good?
Man, a lot of times when I write songs, you know, to me they make perfect sense, you know, and then when other people hear them, it's hard for me to understand how they can be even misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I realize it's no different than when I listen to any other song. I don't know what the fuck anybody's singing about. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they got some kind of reason. But anyway, the theme of that song is about a guy who's so infatuated with his bitch that he wants to emulate her style. You know, he's a lunatic at the end of the day, which is what most of our songs are about, is getting into the mind of different lunatics, whether it's a freeway killer or a fucking, you know, a guy that eats his fucking victims, or fucking, you know, a guy riding around on his bike killing people in a park. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just different lunatics with different types of insanity and trying to come at the situation from their eyes. You know what I'm saying? So Some Good Pussy is about a guy that's so infatuated with his hottie that he wants to be like her, and he's like, damn, let me rock them panties. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, hell yeah.
And he's like, when he puts it all on, he looks at himself in the mirror and he's like, damn, I'm fly like her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm fly like her, damn, we're some good pussy together, you know? And it's just like, that was where my mind was at when I wrote that song. It was like, imagine being this type of dude, you know? And when I listened to it, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with anybody kind of in any type of homosexuality or cross-dressing or anything. In my mind, when I wrote it, that's what it was. A guy so infatuated with this certain woman's look that he figures in his fucked up mind, if I emulate her style, you know, I don't know. It's just where I was when I wrote it. And I got no regrets. Fuck anybody don't understand it. You know, that's what it meant.
Right.
Hell yeah, real shit. Now, I've seen like a post on your social media recently. There was like a super hottie you was with. I think her name is Sarah. Bro.
Yeah.
Super
I'm
baddie.
sitting right next to her. She's to my left.
He
Hell
said, yeah,
yeah.
she right here.
Shout out Sarah. Absolutely.
Yeah, they said shout out, Sarah.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, Sarah is a Thuggalo. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, yeah. Sarah's Thuggalo through and through. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and Sarah been kicking it. She's from Miami. I've been going out to Miami. You know what I'm saying? I had to snatch her ass up and bring her back. You know what I'm saying? I threw her in a fucking potato sack. I couldn't get her on the plane, so I had to fucking hobo train hop my way back. But I got that bitch back, and now she's in my basement. I got her locked in, and everything's gravy.
Sarah is a super baddie, man. Congratulations. I do want to get into this discussion, bro. You posted this on social media as well recently. The Detroit Free Press, with a whopping 31%, has Insane Clown Posse in the lead over notable racists like Kid Rock and Ted Nugent. How does that make you feel? That's a flex, player.
That's what I'm saying. Not a suspected racist, a notable racist up in there.
Absolutely. That ain't Thuggalo shit. Kid Rock is not a Thuggalo.
It's
Confirmed.
not a Thuggalo.
Fuck no.
Yeah, I ain't talked to that motherfucker in 150 years probably. But,
Even when he had his flat top, he is still not a Thuggalo.
No, he was always suspect. You know what I'm saying? That was a problem. Even without the suspected racism or blatant racism at times, he was, I was talking to somebody about him the other day. We were just type of personalities, you know. Sometimes, man, you know, even if you got a crew of like 7 ninjas, right, and everybody's all on the same page and everybody's all loving doing the same shit, chances are 2 of those motherfuckers, for whatever reason, within the realms of yin and yang, they ain't gonna get along. You know, they got some sort of friction between them or whatever. Some of that shit can't be explained. I just know me and Joey hanging out with Kid Rock, it was just that type of friction. You know what I'm saying? We just went the same type of motherfucker. We didn't find the same shit funny. Yeah, but I will give him props on something though. I will give him props on something. He came back rapping again recently, right? I saw that on YouTube. He came back rapping, and even though 85% of the shit he's saying is suspect, and the other 15 is blatantly whack.
Or shooting beer cans. At
least he came back rapping though. You know what I mean?
Right.
Giving people the old thing. And the other thing I give him props for real though, and me and Joey talk about this all the time when it comes to Kid Rock. We give him props for this too. He did a show at Tiger Stadium here, you know, in Detroit.
Word.
It might be called Comerica Park now. Anyway, it's a big ass stadium.
Of course.
Okay, not an arena. An arena's like 25,000. A stadium's like 60, 75,000, right?
Yeah.
So he did this homecoming show at the fucking stadium, and he did the song Yodelin' in the Valley, which is from his very first fucking record back when we came out with Dog Beats, you know? And the fact he even did that song on a show like that, I give him props for it, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
But,
credit where credit's due, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool as an artist. But then you bring in the fact he's a bigot, and all I can say is fuck him.
Fuck that.
Good choice artistically. But the other 95% of you can blow me again. You know, that's what it is. I got no love for him.
Yeah, fuck Kid Rock. I'm going to say it. Fuck Kid Rock. But we'd rather talk about something doper, you know what I'm saying? A little while back when you guys was doing the Insane Clown Posse on Twitch, I think it might have been on Patreon, bro. I can't remember. The years be conflicting. But you was talking about the Joe Bowl. Well, we want to make a Joe Bowl on the Thuggalo show. We want you to, like, watch and make sure we doing the shit right.
Oh, man, see now, I think you guys are fucking with me now. You know why? Because I'll be honest with you. Nobody in my entire world of life has ever said, damn, the Joe Bowl sounds delicious.
Whoa,
so
hang
that's
on, Jay.
happening right now. You motherfuckers on the
Hang on, Jay. We didn't say it sounded delicious. We did it to honor you, brother.
It's an honor, bro.
Okay, well, when the fuck, how the fuck, whenever the fuck did I claim to be a chef? All right?
I'm a chef. I'm a
not
chef.
up in this bitch opening the Duke prime ribs and chops. All right?
Chinese food and ribs.
I'm not opening Bistro J up in this bitch. I'm up in here pleasing myself in my kitchen. You motherfuckers are asking me to embarrass myself when you, homie, know that you enjoy breakfast cereal with grated cheese all over that shit, and you don't tell nobody about it, all right?
I did eat peanut butter and tuna on this show a while back.
That's
I did. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I did do that, you know?
Fair enough. All right, you want to know how to make a Joe Bowl?
Yeah.
Just know this, all right? Even though you guys are going to be like, oh, it was so nasty. You know that shit was bombastic, and you've been making it ever since tonight. Just know that. All right,
we're trying to make it here backstage. I think we're going to need to blow that camera up. Hold up. Here we go. There it is. There's the Joe Bowl.
It's got to be Chef Boyardee. It's got to be.
I think they got Myers, bro. I think they got Myers.
No.
Yeah, they did. They went to Myers.
Flop.
Flop. No.
It's already dead. I can't. Man, I'm not gonna sit up here and vouch for Myers. Fuck Myers. I don't know nothing about what that tastes for. You think I'm gonna sit here and let you motherfuckers judge a Joe Bowl and we ain't even using the legit ingredients?
That's a fair assessment, man. That's a fair.
Come on,
that's
man.
true.
Why don't you just use ice cream? What's up, man? It totally can't be more different. I don't know what the fuck Fred Myers knows about some motherfucking spaghetti. Chef Boyardee, though.
Fair respect to the Duke of the Wicked. We will not ruin the sentiment of the Joe Bowl. That is sacred to the Duke of the Wicked.
Well, I mean, come on. You guys really want me to sit here and go over the recipe and then you pull out some fucking fake ass...
To be fair, They did not have fucking Chef Boyardee. We looked all over the fucking place, man.
Show it again. Show
Okay, all right.
Show that
it again.
motherfucking spaghetti-ness again.
No
'Cause I can't
meatballs,
front.
Jay.
I'm
No
not gonna sit here in
meatballs.
front. I'm not gonna sit here in front. That shit look hella. Look at that. Damn, that looks fucking
Where are
good.
the
I'm not
cheese
gonna front.
puffs?
Right?
Probably got some
The
fake
cheese
ass
puffs
cheese
are
puffs
there.
too. What kind of cheese
There they
puffs
are.
y'all got?
That's the
See,
right kind,
now-
right?
Cheetos.
Wait a minute, man. First of all, how did you guys even hear about my recipe? Was it the show?
It was
We
the
did?
Patreon, yes. Yeah.
Okay, well, motherfucking pay extra attention, all right? Because I clearly said Cheetos is your last resort. You want the
Okay.
fake ass version of the cheese puffs. You know what I'm saying? The 99-cent kind. Cheetos is like $3.69. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
shit,
Because
right.
it's the big ass corporate cheese puffs. You want the no-name cheese puffs where it's like puffs and stuffs or something like that name.
Right, hell
Depends
yeah.
on what city you're in because they all got their own, you know. But those are the kind you want them fake ass ingredients, that unhealthy shit. I'm trying to put you up on game.
We
all right?
respect
You-
that.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't listen, don't you guys know that everything good in life is bad? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take no drugs, it'll kill you. If you're an athlete, you can't take steroids and get extra strong and fast, it'll kill you. You can't eat delicious food, it'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? That's why you go for the most delicious shit if you're looking for good snacks. You know what I'm saying? Live fast and wild style, you know what I mean? Live for the day, land, the all or nothing. Fuck everybody.
Hey, if anyone takes anything away from tonight's edition of the Thuggalo Show with Violent J, let it be known that we don't know how to fuck to make a Joe Ball. Let that be known. And we'll
That's
take
right.
the
No.
L.
You guys do now.
We do
You
now.
do
No,
now.
you put us on game. Yeah.
That's what I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
share it.
Now you know. You gotta have Chef Boyardee officially. You gotta take the meatballs and don't eat them to your dog because that ain't even meat. That
Right.
shit is not. That shit is unclassified. All right, whatever those meatballs are has nothing to do with no living animal on this planet that we know of. So
They're
fuck the
styrofoam.
meatballs. Throw them away. Now you got just the spaghetti and the sauce, right? Throw the fucking fake ass Cheetos in. Make sure you don't use official Cheetos. You know, $16 a fucking family size bag. You gotta get the knockoff of the knockoff. You know what I'm saying? That's what you
Hey.
need. And throw half the bag in there, mix it all up, and throw about a half bag of shred. Now this is when importance comes to the cheese because you don't want to use knockoff cheese. There's where I draw the line. It's got to be Cracker Barrel or some shit like that. Use that fake ass cheese. Reminds me of being a kid drinking powdered milk from the welfare. That's just not
From Hunger
milk
Barrel.
and cheese. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Cheese got to be real at least. The rest of whatever you're eating, as long as it's covered in cheese, it's all right. You'll be fine.
One real ingredient is
That's
and
right.
it has to be the cheese.
Jay,
Right.
let's change the subject a bit. You did an interview with the punk rock MBA, Finn McKenty, fairly recently. You mentioned something that I thought was really pertinent, and I wanted to bring up on the Thuggalo Show for all the Thuggalos watching. Thank you to everyone watching. We appreciate it. You said, I love where everything is sitting right now as it stands with Juggalo culture. Could you elaborate on that?
Man, well, you know, like I love where, you know, despite the last fucking 6 months of my life, you know what I'm saying, where things are at, Juggalo culture wise, is dope. I mean, it's at a size that's still personal. You know what I mean? Where people know each other and they know of each other, and you can be, you know, I don't know if this is the right quote, but you can be a Juggalo celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where you know, where you come to the gathering and 10,000 people know your name. You know what I'm saying? There's people like that in the Juggalo world, and there's things to talk about, and it's at a size that's not so big it's fucking corny or unreal, or not so small that it's irrelevant. It's fucking dope. I like where it sits. And in the rest of pop culture, I think back in the day, Juggalos was out, and it still is a punchline in a lot of ways, just like Insane Clown Posse is, because it's such a unique fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? So when it's a punchline on a sitcom or something, I get it. You know, like if a guy says, "Where are you going?" and the dad says, "I'm going to an Insane Clown Posse concert." I mean, and the laugh track goes, I get it. You know what I'm saying? The name
a funny
alone is
name.
funny.
Right.
Yeah, what the fuck would you be doing going to an ICP show, homie? You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
funny. So I get it, you know. And juggalos too, like to even be a juggalo is a in life in a fucking America or in the world, it's a unique thing. It's like interesting, you know. It's like way more interesting to me than hippies ever were or anything like that. You know, juggalos way more fucking notorious and small and a legion of unique people, and I think they had a bad reputation. But honestly, I think the whole fucking march and all the things that happened, so many people agreed with that shit was outrageous. You know what I mean? That as the years rolled after that, I think where we sit now, you know, it's not a thing. It's not cool to just knock on the shit no more. I think people respect it now, and where the world is today, people are more open-minded. And they're not just looking at a group of motherfuckers having fun and saying, fuck them, you know. They're more like looking at juggalos like, damn, they've been here forever. They really don't harm nobody, you know what I'm saying? And they're the shit at the end of the day because they're having fun and doing their thing. I just like where things are at, you know what I'm saying, in the world. Like, you know, and I'm proud of the world. I'm proud of where today's fucking generation is, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, as far as how they don't have bullies no more and all that. You know, I like where things are at, man.
Absolutely. That's beautiful.
Yeah, speaking on fam and everything, recently we got a little glimpse of you hanging out with the personal homies of ours, Free Will, for
man.
A little bit of a video shoot. Run us through that. Like, what was that like?
Man, my brother, I think it was last year. Last year together. My brother was showing me groups, and you know, all time. That's what we do. Me and Jim Steady get together and look at shit. You know, he's like, "What do you think of these guys? What do you think of these guys?" You know, my brother's the one that finds everybody. You know what I'm saying? My brother's the one that chooses everybody. I don't have nothing to do with nothing. I give him my opinion. That's it. I'm giving my opinion. I've been haywire over motherfuckers, and my brother just been like, nah. You know what I'm saying? but same way, vice versa too. My brother come at me be like, these motherfuckers. You know, I'm just like, I don't know what you see in them. Right. But most of the times, you know, we agree on everything. And he showed me Free Will, you know, like last year leading up to the gathering. And these motherfuckers, first of all, the talent is undeniable. You know what I'm saying? They're killing it. And each one don't sound like the other one, which is what I like. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the difference between the two, you know. And the other thing is they're fucking so colorful. Like the dudes are wearing fucking bright pink fucking hoodie and velvet purple fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
With a fucking rhinestone out belt and fucking
with the spiky,
with a lime green fucking hat on, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah, man. Like what they're in their videos are looking professional and everything about them. I was like, oh damn. So I kept looking into their shit, you know what I mean? And I was just like, these motherfuckers are dope. Like, I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I caught myself in the fucking truck bumping the shit, you know? So I fucking hit them up. And I was like, I think you motherfuckers are dope. We started talking, and then they were like, let's do a track. Or I think I suggested it. One of us suggested, let's do a track. So we fucking hooked it up, you know? And then we were looking for the third dude, right? So I've been talking to Lil B, you know? The rapper Lil B.
Whoa, holy shit, that's huge.
Why?
Lil B, bro, that's the GOAT. I love Lil B.
No, he's the man. Yeah, well, I mean,
I didn't know you were in talks with Lil B. Yeah, I didn't know you were in talks with him. That's huge. Yeah.
I didn't expect that reaction.
No, I love Lil B, man. Lil B's like one of my favorite rappers.
You caught me off guard. He fucking hit me up a long time ago and was like, want to play the gathering, you know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, I was just like, oh, hell yeah. So I looked into him and everything, and we just been cool. So I sent him the track, you know what I mean? He was like, wow, you hit me up, perfect timing. You know, I'm in the studio this week. Yeah. Fuck yeah, I love this track. You know what I mean? so I did my verse out in Miami, right? I sent him the track, and on the song I said, me, Doja Cat, and Rihanna, sex party.
Boom.
It's one of the lyrics. Me, Doja Cat, and Rihanna, sex party, right?
But
I mean, who the fuck wouldn't want to sex party with Doja Cat and Rihanna.
Throw Ice Spice in there too while you're.
Oh yeah,
there.
and I want Doja Cat with the cat prosthetics that she just had on. By the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm just
Look,
saying.
man, if you motherfuckers want to start naming who we want to throw in the mix, we need a whole another fucking podcast, all right?
Right.
Fuck that. We need a whole series, like a 1
The
through
Zen and
8.
Jugs.
Oh yeah.
Just naming bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, Jay,
Anyway.
speaking of the podcast, like, how long have you been familiar with us? Like, we're curious, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'll be honest. I never watched any podcasts,
Right.
but I love the way you motherfuckers promote, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I kept seeing it, you know? Like, you always got hotties rocking and shit. You know, as I'm flipping through Instagram, when I go through Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I'm new to Instagram in my life, basically. I mean, I think I've had an Instagram, but I rarely paid attention until recently, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just feel like an old man learning this shit, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I see you, like, you know, do your shit, and I'm like, fuck it. And when I do see the clips, it always looks dope and fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just appreciate y'all. I respect y'all. You know what I mean? So I just was like, fuck yeah, I want to be out. So I sent one of y'all a thing. I'm like, why don't interview the Duke? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because we didn't want to hit you up and, you know, come off like some hound dogs. Like, Jay,
Oh, man,
do
ain't
our
nothing wrong with
podcast.
asking for a motherfucking whatever appearance, whatever interview.
Respect,
that,
man.
man.
You're doing.
Yeah,
you're
man.
helping us, man. Like, I thought it was so fresh that you'd give some Thuggalo some time, man. This is huge,
Right.
bro. Thank you.
Oh man, come on, man, you motherfuckers are dope, man. I
Yeah.
I respect all kinds of shit. I respect gang. Like I was saying before, man. I didn't expect at getting older that I would get so inspired off younger motherfuckers killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a heavy part of my whole inspiration is watching, you know, like going through Instagram and you know, everything, man. You know, fucking YouTube, all of that shit. Seeing like all these new platforms, because you know, man, I hate to sound like an ancient motherfucking decrepit old man, but when I came up, it was literally three ways to get on, man. Music, acting, and sports. You know what I'm saying?
Real. That's
Other
real
than
shit,
that,
though.
you're putting in labor. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now you got fucking, you know, like it's like almost like when you look through Cameo. Look at all the different celebrities, right? Fucking TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? All these different platforms where certain people are making millions. You know what I'm saying? And it's like inspiring, man. That fucking whole platform didn't even exist fucking so many years ago. You know what I'm saying? Look at fucking OnlyFans, all that shit, man. I think it's dope. I think it's these new opportunities. It's just exciting to see that shit. I ain't one of these motherfuckers that are like, oh, back in my day it was better. I'm
Old
inspired
heads
by
type.
today, man. I think it's
Yeah.
dope. You know what I mean?
We got Free Will in the chat. Those are our boys, man. We've been rocking for them for like 2 years, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Hell yeah,
Those
man.
are big homies right there.
Yeah, man. We about to go on tour and shit, man.
Fuck yeah. We're going to talk about the tour soon. We're going to talk about the tour. I do want to get this out of the way. Bro, what do you got to say about the motherfuckers throwing dirt on your name lately? Because that shit's pissing me off, bro.
No shit.
Man, let me say this, man. Man, all I know is I've seen it all now. You know what I mean? But thought that I would be accused of being a motherfucking pedophile and people buying it. You know what I mean? First thing comes to my mind about that is, you know, speaking to anybody that's been down long enough, you know, for anybody buying that type of shit about me after all these years, you know that I'm a fucking secret psychopath. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you know, saying I'm a pedophile is like saying, you know, I butt rape old ladies or I'm a cannibal. You know, I'm a secret, you know, closet psychopath at night or something. You know what I mean? Behind the paint and all that. Anybody buying that shit, I don't want them back. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Facts.
I don't want them back.
They
You
don't
know?
need. They don't
No,
deserve
don't
it.
deserve to be back.
For real, that's so fucking cartoonish and dumb. I don't want them back. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
Like
the
we
ops.
do without that type of weakness, that type of ignorance. You know, I mean, you can say anything about anybody right now. Make a documentary about them. Make it sound believable. You know what I'm saying? Even before it happened to me, I was saying this shit. You know,
You know, just like you said a minute ago, there's good things to this fucking YouTube shit, and then there's bad side to the fucking YouTube shit, and it's like a fucking double-edged sword, man. It can go both fucking ways.
Listen, man, I don't mean no disrespect to Eshan when I tell you the story, all right? I love Eshan. That's one of my best friends, man. I remember back in the day, way back in the day, you know, we were competing in Detroit back in the day, you know, and sometimes the local news would come out and talk to us, you know what I mean? And sometimes the local news would come out and do a story on them, you know what I mean? And one time local news was doing a story on them, and Esham had just put out the Judgment Day albums, you know what I'm saying? Volume 1 and 2. And on the news, Esham was like, the news guys like, what did Judgment Day sell, you know? And Esham was like, each one of them sold 1 million copies. You know what I'm saying? And the news was like, each album sold over 1 million copies, you know? And I'm sitting there as a kid looking at that, and I'm like, nobody even check back that shit, you know what I'm saying? They just ran with that shit, you know? Right. And, I mean, props to Esham. I would have said the same fucking thing, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But nobody fact-checked nothing. They just ran with the story on the fucking 6 o'clock news, you know what I mean? And ever since then, I've always been suspect to everything, you know what I'm saying? So even when I watch YouTube and all that, you know, it's like as much as I'm into Bigfoot, you know what I'm saying? I probably ain't no Bigfoot, you know what I'm saying?
The homie Brian Zane of Wrestling Regret, he's a homie.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah. I love YouTube, bro. I love all of it, you know. But it's the people to the people, you know. I mean, you can say anything you want about anybody. You know, if I'm a pedophile, where the fucking victims at? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
Where the pedophiles? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just so fucking outrageous to say that. You say anything about anybody, you know. And then if you're gonna dig into past quotes or like, you know, things that were said in interviews or whatever, you're talking fucking 30 years of ICP interviews, you know what I mean? ICP interviews, especially back in the day, were crazy to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
They were gold.
You can't even, if you're looking for sound bites or some fucking thing to put together, it's ocean of it. You know, I'm just saying, there's just, you can say anything about anybody. You know what I'm saying? You could make me out to be a, you know, like Shaggy's new single, you can make me out to be a member of the Illuminati if you put the right fucking documentary behind it and have somebody run around and everybody buying it and other people catching fire and believing it, you know what I'm saying? Right. Suddenly, I'm a fucking Don in the Illuminati out here, you know what I'm saying? It's all, you know, you can say anything you want, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, I just feel like I've seen it all. But, you know, it's not, you know, it's not anything I worry about in my soul, because it's not true. You know, it's not true. So it's more like the real shit getting out. You know, the things I'm embarrassed about. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying?
Like intimate details of such.
That's
you know what I mean?
all about this than a real. You get what I'm saying?
Oh,
you can say anything you want about me that's a lie. You know, it's like, you know, I'm not gonna sit and feel bad about it because it's outrageous, you know. But it's things like, you know, like my prior drug use or something. You know what I'm saying? Things I've been through in my life that like are real, that could be embarrassing. You get what I'm saying? But you can say anything you want about, you know, anybody that's not true. When it's happening to you, I guess I could say it's not as bad as you figured it would be, because it ain't true. So it's like you don't sit there and beat yourself up about nothing because you have no control over it. It's outrageous.
Well, I do want to mention the tour. There's an upcoming tour with Ouija Mac, Esham, and Violent J. But what's interesting about the tour coming up is that we know there were rumblings of a retirement tour in 2021. And we all know about the heart condition and all the updates that have happened. Is your heart in a great place right now that you feel comfortable to go on tour?
Man, I'm be 100%, man. When I had heart failure, I had what's called AFib, you know, and basically it's like I guess it's heart failure. You know what I mean? My heart was beating irregular, but you can still lead 100% normal life. Like when we did the Hoot Nanny Hoedown in Virginia. You guys remember that?
Yeah, in West Virginia, yeah.
Yeah. Like I had the heart failure condition, you know what I'm saying? Like I did the show. You know, you can still do shows, you can do whatever, you know. But I had a surgery, right? And it's called a fibrillation. And it wasn't a surgery like they went in through my heart or nothing. But they went in, I guess, through my leg or whatever. But the thing is, it was it was like a one-day thing, you know. But they went in there and they did it. And my shit is back to normal, 100% right now, you know.
Beautiful.
And they told me, and they told me it's good like that, but there's no telling for how long. But right now, it's exactly where it's always been my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
None of us are promised tomorrow, but right now we gonna live
Yeah, well,
it up.
at the end of the day, that's
it
it. You know,
Right.
and the thing is, it's always embarrassing. Like when that happened to me, and I had to stop and say, "Damn, I got to take a step backward for the first time in my life." I always felt like I'm getting stronger and better and faster.
Right.
But for the first time in my life, I'm like, "Damn, admittedly, that's not happening. I got to take a step backward, right?" And that's like such an embarrassing or humanizing step to take. But at the end of the day, we all taking it.
I mean, bro, you were running hard for 30 years. You can take a
Right.
break. Fuck that noise, man.
Man, let me tell you, indestructible motherfuckers out there something. We all taking it. We can all sit and point fingers about who's taking it first. You know what I'm saying? But we all had it there, man. Give it time. We all got to take it. And worse than that, you know. So at the end of the day, it's like, hey, man, you know, that's how you look at it from my shoes at least. But I will tell you this. Right now, I'm fine, you know. Everything's normal, you know what I'm saying? Condition-wise, right now, I'm 100%, you know. I mean, probably fucking old and fat, but...
You look great, man. Don't say that. You look great, dog.
Well, you ain't even see me in a Speedo, motherfucker. Don't make
You
me...
in lazy and crazy drip, so you dripped out right now. That's
Because
right.
I'll brighten this motherfucking light right now. Peel
See,
the fuck
you must be doing good in the Speedo if you pulled, you know, Sarah down in fucking Florida. So Florida Joe must have came out stunting, dog.
First of all, Sarah ain't your business. Second of all...
You're right. No, you're right. The Speedo is my business, is what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. All right? Because I'm ready to show and prove. Don't think I don't have baby oil in the drawer next to the bed, motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Because I will gleam up and give you all motherfuckers a podcast, all right? You want ratings? Let me peel the fuck out. All right? Because
That's
I
on
just
the
finished.
OnlyFans.
See, I know you would pay, but I'm trying to hook y'all up for free.
Right?
I'm
Oh,
trying
man.
to Thuggalo up in this bitch.
You're
gonna
the
peel out-
Juggalo.
I was going to show you the giant, brand new, full-color butterfly tattoo I've got across my entire chest and stomach.
Get
That's
the baby
right,
oil.
it's there.
With the baby
I
oil.
know you can't see it, but imagine it there because
Right?
it is.
Hey, right now, we all a good piece of pussy, too. You feel me? Type shit. Hey, now, Jay, I want to ask you this, bro. Our homie Acetone, he put together a dope, bomb-ass J-Day in Dallas. And, you know, I'm on the internet, man. You know the Thuggalo Show's always on the fucking internet promoting, you know what I'm saying? We saw you there, man, and you was just a Juggalo. You wasn't Violent J throwing Fajo, killing it.
Juggaloing.
You was just a jug, man, and that shit was real as fuck. And I thought it was
Hey,
dope
man.
that you was just a Juggalo, man. That's so beautiful.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you. I can't take credit for that. I mean, you know, I was there with a friend and happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? I seen Tom Wood there. Shout out to Tom Wood. I seen some dope ass music live on the stage. I thought it was dope, man. I'm glad I was there. You know, I was very fortunate. I didn't plan on being there. I didn't come to Dallas to be there. I was in Dallas and I was jumping off and I was like, what damn? And I was happy to Captain Kirk the fuck up on in that bitch. You know what I mean?
Now
That
you
was
said you
fun,
can't
man.
take. You said you can't take credit for it, but how does it feel to like see all of these random Juggalo events that popped up all over the country for Juggalo Day?
That don't need a psychopathic
That
label
don't
behind
need
it.
a boost. Like we just took that.
Just 'cause
Not
we
we.
wanted that family time.
Right.
No doubt. Well, let me tell you guys a fresh story. One time, me and Eshan and Rude Boy were going to Puerto Rico to hang out with Sabu and
Damn.
Sonny from the WWE. Remember Sonny?
Oh, Sunny, bro, most downloaded 1995.
Yes.
I know my shit.
Bandito, right?
Hell yeah.
So
Aw,
me,
man.
Rude Boy, and Isham, are on our way to Puerto Rico. We stopped in Florida, and we're going to a strip club. The strip club was called Bada Booms or something like that. Bada Bing, some shit like that, right?
Hey.
So we're like, where's the strip club? And the lady at the hotel's like, you gotta cut through that park. And it's on the other side over that way by that thing over there. And we were like, okay. So we started heading. We're walking through the park. And I'm like, yo, Pete, a Juggalo. We seen a Juggalo. He had paint on, you know? And, but it was Juggalo paint. It wasn't like a goofy-ass Raggedy Ann clown. You know? It was, you know what I mean, with the red pigtail yarn and shit and a big goofy yellow smile. It was
Right.
Juggalo shit. And I'm like, there goes another one. You know, now I'm suspect. I'm like, why they know we're here? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's another one, and we literally, God is my witness, by time and chance, we walked into a mini gathering.
Hey.
There was literally 500 juggalos there, all barbecuing in the park. We were like, what the fuck? Me, Isham, and Rude Boy in Florida. It was live as fuck. And then they were like, oh, that's right. We weren't going to the strip club. We were going to wrestling first, a local independent wrestling
Of
show.
course.
Then we went to the strip club. So we went to the independent wrestling show, and they all came. It was all juggalos. And any wrestler that came out, whoever got booed hella hard. All the juggalos were like, fuck, dude. And it was just insane, man. And I do wonder what year that was. I mean, I guess it can be figured out. Chris Candido died.
Well,
I don't
Chris
know.
Candido died in like what, 02 maybe, 03?
Yeah,
So.
right. You know, so it's like that's a long time ago, right?
Right, yeah.
And when did cell phones come out? Because I'm wondering why there ain't footage of this, you know? It was insane, you know? And then, so that night we went to the fucking strip club. Anyway, I could keep going, but I probably should cut off.
Jay, I want to ask this question because a lot of people sent this in. Is it true that if you don't gather, you don't matter? What's the truth on that?
Oh, man, that ain't true.
Thank you, because a lot of people was like, you know, pressing us to ask you that.
No, but if it's in your heart and soul, I'll be real about this, because I have heard something about this before, you know?
Right.
In juggalos, in meet and greets and things, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you know, they probably thought about what they want to say. You know what I mean? And so many juggalos come up and say, it's always been my dream for 20 years to go to the gathering, you know? And I hear that shit, and I'm like, 20 fucking years, you couldn't pull that off. If that's true, you're telling me to my face, I don't know you from nothing, but I love you. I mean, we're the same, we're family, but honestly, I couldn't tell you your name. I don't know who the fuck you are. You're telling me it's always been a dream for 20 years to go to the gathering. And I'm thinking, I don't know what the holdup could be. You could be a father, mother, kids. I mean, you got a year's notice to make fucking arrangements. If you're broke, you could take the change out of your pocket at the end of the day and put it in a fucking empty fucking water jug and have enough money to get together. You know what I mean? It just seems, to me, when I hear that out of people, if I take what the one piece of information they're giving me, which is that, you know what I mean? I've always wanted to go, and I've never been. And then I'm like, much love, sign their thing, and they're gone. I'm thinking, why don't they fucking change that?
It's like it ain't on the moon, motherfucker. It ain't on Mars.
I'm saying, it's like it's not that fucking hard. You know what I mean?
Most juggalos live in Ohio.
Business. It's not about your business, man. Listen, all I know is a fucking, in my beliefs, all I can say, the only thing I know that matters in the end, probably, is your memories. I've said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. Your memories, man. It's like if you want a fucking gold medal, right? You might have that gold fucking medal. You might let people wear it and whatever the fuck it is. It might be on video. It might be been caught on 34 camera angles. Nothing is going to be like the memory of winning that fucking gold medal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's your memory. So having experiences is the shit. If you went to the gathering, if your everyday life is working at a fucking Walmart, whatever the fuck you do, factory, you're a painter, whatever. That's your everyday life. You're constantly doing that. You're constantly being responsible. You're constantly doing the right thing, year after year. And then you say, fucking, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to go to the gathering like I've always wanted to. Even if your fucking time sucked, you would never forget it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Making a memory is all you can do. You can't take nothing physical with you nowhere. Physical shit don't even mean nothing. It's like if you have a fucking trophy, you know, that you won as a kid and it was your greatest thing in the world. 30 years later, it's a fucking another item in your room. You know what
It's
I'm
a material item, bro.
That's
You
what I'm
can't take
saying.
it with
Physical
you.
items
Right.
don't mean shit at the end of the day, whatever
Right.
the fuck it is. You know, all you have is that experience.
That's what
So,
counts.
Why not go to the fucking gathering? Why would you not want to go to the fucking gathering if you've always wanted to? I want more out of Juggalos because I care about them. I want more out of them. I want them to fucking do that shit, man. I've always wanted to go on a cruise. I might get on that bitch and a day later be like, fuck, I'm trapped on this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I've always wanted the fucking experience, you know, and I'm damn sure gonna do it, you know. And I want this, and that's a mediocre, minuscule fucking experience. I want juggalos that have always wanted to do something for 20 years to fucking do it. And it's not even the gathering I'm talking about.
Right.
If you've always wanted to suck a dick for 20 years, what the
Do it.
fuck are you?
Do it.
For real? What are you doing? You're just wasting your own life, man. You get this one chance. Mark it every fucking chance you can. Like, I don't get it. Try to get as many experiences as you can so when you can't do that shit no more, and you're fucking Nate Dogg style, you know his story?
Nate Dogg,
Nate Dogg
R.I.P.
from Death Row Records. He's on all the hits. Anyway, Nate Dogg fucking end up in a fucking like an old man's home before he was even an old man, you know, elder, whatever it's called, nursing home, before he was even old, because he had a stroke or whatever, you know. But I'm just saying, like, man, you got one chance out here as you know, fucking murk it every way you can. And so when a juggalo says something to me that's that simple, I can't bite my tongue, you know. I'm like, what the fuck? That's probably where all that came from. Do I think if you don't gather, you don't matter? Fuck, that ain't the thing. But if that's your dream, for real, like you're
Right.
telling me, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't doing it year after year after year, check yourself. Check
I
the
see a
fuck
lot of
yourself.
people. I see a lot of people in the chat saying what their dreams are and if they've accomplished them or not. I got motherfuckers saying I always wanted a 3-way and I had it and now I've lived my dream. I've always wanted to go to the gathering. I've always wanted to do this and that. It's like, do that shit and do it big because you're gonna die one day and it's over. It's over.
If you don't even try, what the fuck? I mean, you might fail. At least you know you tried. If you don't even
Facts.
try, what the fuck? Something wrong in the wiring. Like, you know, something wrong in security or something where to the point is totally hindering seeing your life or something. You know, because let me give you guys some advice. I know we all say I don't give a fuck or I don't give a fuck less. I give no fucks. If you really had the ability to not give a fuck, you're unstoppable. You know what I mean by that?
Absolutely.
You're fucking
That's strong.
unstoppable.
That's
You
strong
can fucking
words.
walk up to any. You're not afraid of rejection, right? You don't give a fuck if you get rejection. You walk up to the fucking most flyest fucking Megan Fox hottie up in the fucking room, like, "What's up? Can I be your friend?" You don't give a fuck about rejection, right? You'll walk up into a job totally out of your league and be like, "Look, I'm not qualified for this job, all right? But I'll come up in this motherfucker and I will bust ass harder than anybody you could ever hire. If I don't show that shit to you within a month, fire me." You might end up getting hired at some ass, you know, because you ain't afraid of rejection.
Hey,
That's
the
what I'm saying,
Thuggalo
like-
show. we wasn't afraid of rejection, because to have you on the show tonight, Jay, we ain't no jumper with 3 million views. We ain't Hot 97, all over New York. We ain't the biggest at all, but we got the confidence to be like, hey, Duke of the Wicked, he pulling up Saturday. And we the
That's what I'm
Thuggalo.
saying. And I'm not even sitting here trying to be I'm not even sitting. That's what I'm saying though, bro. I'm not sitting here trying to be like a corny ass positive speaker or anything like that. I'm just giving it facts, man. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, in my opinion, that's it.
It's good. It's good advice, man. I want to bring this up. Are you familiar with like AI, like AI technology?
Yeah.
Are you aware of AI music, like creating songs strictly off of like artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I heard about it.
Do you think, I know there's like Lil Baby and Drake, like AI songs. Do you think there'll be an Insane Clown Posse AI song floating around?
Maybe one day. You know what I'm saying? I know that like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing.
Right.
We were talking about the post the other day about the I think we were talking about it.
Yeah, we were bringing it up. Yeah.
Yeah, the Rock and Roll, like I was gonna say, that would be something to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That would be some shit I think would happen after my death. Just like the AI thing,
So you support AI music? You support it?
I don't care.
I respect that. I respect that answer. I respect that, because a lot of people are like, it's not real art, bro.
Well, you can't stop something, It's you can't stop something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just gonna happen. If it's gonna fucking roll over, it's gonna roll over. You can fight it, or dispute it. You're getting rolled over if that's the way
That
the world's
shit might
going.
sound good. That shit might sound hot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I wouldn't give a flying fuck as long as people knew it wasn't us.
Right.
You get
Right.
you get what I mean? In case it's whack or saying something
Right.
lame, In case it's, I mean, we've said enough whack and lame shit ourselves.
Right.
We don't.
Hey.
We don't need nobody adding to the fucking pot. No, but I wouldn't. I just don't give a fuck. I don't think.
Jay, we do a segment on this show every week called Trash or Fire, where we ask our guests, is it trash or is it fire? Do you want to play, dog?
I ain't scared.
Let's go.
Come on.
So this. Obviously, as you just seen, this week's Trash or Fire is wrestling.
Right.
Wrestling. Trash or fire?
Man, come on, man.
Be real.
Yes, that shit was yawn. Listen, no, I'm props to the. Listen, no.
I was going to make Twisted Trash or Fire, but I didn't want to do that.
Right.
I said a question.
That infinite question for a faster response to that one.
It's like pulling shit out the toilet saying, is this shit or not? Hold on. No, for real. No, but listen. That was dope. But let me ask you guys something. You guys are all wrestling fans, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Have you seen the fucking shit now? Where the dude jumps out of the ring, right? He's like a luchador, right? But he's got lights on him. Not Christmas lights, but there's lights embedded in his costume. You get what I'm saying?
Right, I got you.
And he bounces off the ropes and he jumps on the guy. And when he hits the guy, explosions go off. Like miniature fucking spark explosions. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
So the guy not only sells the fucking hitting him, but the fucking bombs going off on him. That shit was revolutionary.
So like when Sabu
As
would
a wrestling
moonsault
fan?
himself, yeah.
He jumped out of the ring. He did a flip. The dude
Right.
caught him, but when they connected, it was like, you know what I'm saying? all these explosions went up on the dude, because he had the costume probably with the shit laced in it, or somebody was queuing. I don't fucking know, but it was so dope. I was like, oh man, they're fucking killing out here, that's what I'm saying. Like you see new shit. I ain't one of these grumpy old motherfuckers that I grew up around that are like, what the fuck, fireworks? You know what I'm saying?
Like Jim
I was
Cornette
like-
type motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like hating on everything just to be hating, you feel me? He's not a
My
Thuggalo.
man, exactly. Jim, that's called cornetting something. You know what I'm
Right, hey, that corny motherfucker, hey.
saying?
Yo, Jay, while we're on the subject of wrestling, can I ask you, people all the time are like, ICP for the WWE Hall of Fame, but who would induct you? Who would you want to induct you, though? I think that's a better
In the
question.
WWE Hall of Fame?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think Sabu would be a great inductor, personally.
Well, of course, probably Vampiro. If they were cool with that, I would say Vampiro.
I've always
That's
thought
what
about who would be cool with WWE politically for them to give the cosign to allow you guys in, because you guys obviously need to go in. That's not the debate,
Honestly, but the thing is, I'll be honest, man, I don't know anymore. Like, this was crazy. Probably like about the time we put out the what was it called, 6'8", 6'9" video?
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot.
Yeah, well, that one.
Yeah.
By the time we put that one out, I stopped, right around that time, I stopped watching wrestling. For the first time since I was legit probably 11 years old. For real, I just stopped. And now when I look at wrestling, you know what I'm saying? It's like I might know some of the old, like, I guess more, I don't know. But I
like
stopped,
more seasoned people, like Randy Orton, like a more seasoned
Yeah, there you go.
character,
Thank you. But like for the first time in my life, I fucking stopped. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
AEW came out. Me and Cole Cabana talk all the time. I love Cole Cabana, man. I think he probably thinks I'm gay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Colt's a dope dude, man. We'd love to have him on someday.
I love Colt, man. I can put in a good word for y'all, man, because
Thank you, man. We appreciate
I
it.
love Colt, man, and we talk all the time, and I always tell him, how is it that I rap and I'm a better in-ring performer than you?
Damn, bro.
I always saying that dumb shit to him, you know what I'm saying? He's like, I don't even know, He's funny, man. But anyway,
Yeah, Colt's dope.
Yeah, would I fuck him? Probably.
He's a handsome guy. I mean, shit.
I ain't gonna say no limit. I agree. I ain't just gonna say he's handsome. I'm attracted.
His
I'm
podcast, I'm gonna be real. When you guys went on his podcast in 2011, that's a big reason for Thuggalo Show. Like, this might not be here without you guys being on his podcast 11, 12 years ago, man. Straight up.
For real. That's dope,
deadass.
man. That's dope as fuck, man. And you guys know who, speaking of fucking, like, you were saying Brian Zane, Do you guys know who Marky D is?
The Hawk, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm an AI Juggalo. I know it all, Playboy.
That's my boy. He's funny, dog. He's funny. I like him sometimes. He said when he talks about that one dude.
Has he made a video on ICP yet? Has he done that yet?
Yeah, I mean, he's got one. He did. He was saying something about they had a vote. He had a vote. I'm between, like, I don't know how many different wrestlers about who to do a thing about, and we won the vote. And so
Nice.
he did a thing about our history. Was it just in
WCW?
It might
can't
just. I
remember,
think
man.
it might have just been in TNA.
Nice.
Anyway, so I reached out to him the other day on Instagram, and I was like, "Let the Hawk speak," or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
He's
If you
fresh,
know a
man.
wrestler.
And he hit me back. He's like, "Let's do an interview." I'm like, "I'm about it." You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Talk some wrestling shit. I got to freshen up on my wrestling, but man, yeah, I'm definitely always gonna be a fan till the day I die. You know what I mean?
I love his channel, man. He's so fresh, bro.
He is fresh, man.
Speaking of wrestling, like, I don't know if you follow Dark Side of the Ring, but they're coming back with a season 4.
My show right there. Fuck yeah, I seen all of them. When is that coming out? I thought they were done. I heard they were canceled. Everybody
They
was saying
they were canceled, but I think they got picked up by, like, a new producer type situation. And at the end of the month, they're going to be back. I think May 27th, something like that. Someone in the chat can correct me, but at the end of the month, bro.
You ever see this show called Darker Side of the Ring?
On YouTube, yes, bro. The Abdullah the Butcher episode was fire.
He just did the Rob Feinstein.
Oh, man. Now, he got some allegations on him that are real. See, that's the
Man,
difference. You know what
check
I'm saying?
out Darker Side of the Ring, man. I like it when they really dig into shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I like it when they really push the limit. You know, and ain't afraid to say something. You know, and you know, something like that's I like that show. Yeah, I don't think I even watch TV or any type of fucking Netflix anymore. Nothing.
Has Feinstein ever reached out to Insane Clown Posse to do like a shoot interview when he was doing those heavy?
Nobody reached out to blow my dick.
Oh,
And I told him,
Yeah, he's a scumbag from what I hear.
nah,
now.
I don't think we ever had any dealings with him, fortunately.
Okay, word. Okay,
But that
that's-
motherfucker was caught on the news.
Yeah, they got his ass on what, Dateline, bro? That shit was crazy.
You talk your way out of that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
He was on Chris Hansen shit, right? They pulled his ass
Yes,
on.
and
Yeah.
You guys know me and Chris Hansen are down. That's my boy.
He's been at the gathering. I've met him and spoke with him. Yeah.
No, let me put you guys up on game. Chris Hansen was 20 minutes away.
Oh,
That's
he lived
my-
down the road.
That's my boy. I love Chris Hansen, man.
Is Chris Hansen a Thuggalo or no?
Chris Hansen's
100%.
Thuggalo. Chris Hansen's so Thuggalo. Listen, I sometimes we face each other, like we send each other a video. I send him a video. I'm like, hey, bro, da-da-da. I'll probably see you down there at like 7 o'clock tonight, you know. And he sent me back a video. He was like, hey, Joe, Chris Hansen here.
So professional. You gotta respect it, man.
You can't even send a video. You know what I'm saying? Like, to his friend without being like, Chris Hansen here.
From the desk of Chris Hansen, the rest of the
I
text
love
message.
Chris Hansen. Chris Hansen's one of the realest, coolest motherfuckers. Like, you know, I don't have one negative thing to say about Chris Hansen, you know, and we've been on some friend shit and on some personal shit. And I like that dude, man. I got nothing bad to say about him at all. He's the shit.
I want to play a little game called Thuggalo or Not a Thuggalo. The first name is Bigfoot.
That's like saying, you know, which one's brighter, yellow or black? You know what I mean? Bigfoot
Okay.
is so Bigfoot. I don't even know if Thuggalo would be pronounced or even represent the same thing if there was never a Bigfoot.
The next
That's
name
in
on the
my
list.
mind anyway.
The next name on the list is Sharon Osbourne, but like I don't think we really want to talk about that shit for real.
I
Fuck
don't know,
that.
man. I ain't mad at her no more. You know, that's so old. You
Right.
know, I just I don't know. She's getting sick or something. I heard. I don't know, so I don't want to ride on her no more. But she knows she owes me a little bit of money, and me and Shaggy was wondering, you got our money, motherfucker? Before you
Hell
go, at least write that check. We know you got it. Come on, own up. Make your rights, make your wrongs right. You know, she knows she owes us that money, but I ain't mad at her, man. I wish her the best of health and all that.
Ouija Mac, I definitely want to talk about him if we can. Obviously, Juggalo is like known. Juggalo is worldwide. SNL have made skits about Juggalos, bro. How do you feel about the term Thuggalo? Because I've heard people say that's disrespectful. It's Juggalo. Stop saying Thuggalo type shit.
I don't know, man. That's just so ridiculous.
Right.
What the fuck? People are gonna say anything. Let me tell you guys something. If people ain't saying nothing bad about it, it's because you ain't doing anything fresh.
Right.
Because when somebody does something whack, or when something's whack, you know, people are just like, uh-huh. But when it's fresh for real, people take it as a threat for some reason, so they want to hate on it. They see you shining in any kind of way, and they want to, oh, that ain't shit, you know? And that's just what happens. That's how you know something's fresh. Like the word Thuggalo, and putting anything behind it, having any kind of meaning behind it. Like your show or anything you're trying to do and prosper. Right. If it's appealing, other motherfuckers are gonna be like, this is whack.
That means you're doing a good job, probably.
That's what I'm saying. And that's for real, though. That's for real.
You know better than anyone. Insane Clown Posse just got shit on for years until y'all finally got respect.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Yeah, but you know, at the end of the day, to say, you know, it's just all ridiculous at the end of the day, because to say we're getting shit on when we have the Juggalo love, how the fuck could that be us getting shit on? You know what I mean? What are Juggalos? They're people. They're fucking human beings.
Valid.
They're these people fucking writing for whoever the fuck is shitting on us. What the fuck they know when the house is full every night, full of people having fun? It never made any sense anyway. So
Jay, everyone on the screen right now, me, Onstead, and Elixir, bro, we got made fun of growing up for being Juggalos. We were the people that were treated like subhuman, treated like less than, simply because we had a Hatchet Man on our shirt, or we had the Hatchet chain, you know what I'm saying? Or we was bumping Riddle Bots in our fucking CD and iPod. We got shit on.
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you 2 questions. Number 1, do you think that happened because you were a Juggalo? Like, do you think that's the reason that happened?
No.
Or, and the second question is, do you know what a floob is?
Oh,
Oh, a floob is, that's the original Thuggalo.
that's the
I think.
OG
That's the
what I'm
OG.
saying.
right there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I come from the same. Anyway, my belief is you can call it that type of individual. You know, you can call it whatever you want. You know, floob, Juggalo, Thuggalo. I think it's a type of motherfucker that's doesn't go against the grain. You know, it's not another fucking part of the sheep all running in this direction. You know, has their own opinion and isn't going with the flow. And yeah, man. So yeah, I'm from the same fucking cut from the same cloth, homie.
Hell yeah.
You ain't telling me nothing. I mean, I'm sorry that you went through that. I hope you don't think it was because.
No, it
you
made
were
me
a
stronger. No, bro,
Right.
it made us stronger.
That's what
man.
I'm saying.
I love
Man.
that happened to me.
That's what I'm saying, man. I was talking to a girl that was fucking chained to a bed and made to be a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? I was like,
Wow.
my wig blew off. I was like, listen, I didn't know what to say, so I said, man, wear those scars. Wear those scars proud. Let it make you stronger. You can't change the past. There's nothing you can do to rewind. So wear that shit like, look what I've been through. I'm bulletproof now, you know?
100%.
That's why I'm glad I came from nothing, because if I ever had to return to nothing, I know how to survive. You know what I'm saying?
Yup.
Yeah,
Be
man.
like the new people who would be the new poor.
That's what I'm saying. I know how to get picked on. I've been picked on all my life.
I want to do a quick game, a word association. You know how that works, correct, Jay? I give you a name and you give like, okay. The first name is, come on, he's the reason this podcast exists, Ouija Mac.
The greatest artist Psychopathic Records ever signed. That's why I don't want to sign nobody else. That's why I'm officially afraid to be like, this is a psychopathic, our next psychopathic artist or something like that, make that kind of statement, because Ouija was a Grand Slam hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the dopest we ever signed. He works harder than any artist in our history. He's you know, when I first started fucking with Ouija, we didn't get along. Do you guys know that?
Really?
I don't know if we ever told anybody that.
Was there like, is this before he was signed or after he was signed?
We signed. We did it. Okay, we did a trip.
There was a
together,
creative
road trip.
direction, right? There was a creativity clash at one point early on.
We did a road trip together. Ouija, we didn't know Ouija, so we were trying to get to know him, and I was like, look, we're doing these 3 shows. We were doing shows out to Sturgis and back. To Michigan, we did a show like on the way out, and then we did Sturgis, then we did a show on the way back. Anyway, I told Ouija, come on. You know, he brought his girl, he jumped in the truck with me. I was with Becky at the time, and we rode out. And I remember we got out there, and we got into a fight at a bar. We went to a bar, we were all out drinking, and some dude got in my face, and Ouija came flying from the fucking, with the Roman Reigns, Superman punch off the fucking bar. Like, and I didn't even know Ouija, and he was just down. He was just ready. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We weren't even
On
drunk.
go.
You know what I mean? The dude got in my face, and Ouija was just like, boom. You know what I mean? Like, And I knew Ouija was a real one, you know, like I was like, damn, you know, like in where I grew up, that's where it's always been. If you don't jump in the fight, you're a bitch. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Right.
But I mean, I don't necessarily think like that right now. If somebody's got a handle, but when I was a kid, that's what we thought anyway. But anyway, Ouija was real like that, you know. So we did the trip. When we did the deal, we hit the studio, and I'm trying to fucking tell them what kind of beats to rap on. I'm trying to tell them, you know what I mean, what to rap about. And he's like, resistant. And we're butting heads. You know why? Because that's what I'm used to doing with every artist we damn near ever had. You know what I'm saying? Is I get in there and I fucking, for their first album, I fucking would design it and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Give them song titles, all of that. You know what I'm saying? And design the fucking character for who they were, you know? But it was like a roadblock from the grip, you know? And I didn't get it. But once I realized, like, honest to God, this is no front. Once I realized this motherfucker has it, this shit is ready made. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was just solo from the group, he knew who the fuck he was and what the fuck he was, and I had zero input creatively.
Do you think that you were so used to artists in the past, you had to give them all their creative, all their ideas, and he was like, nah, bro, I got this, and you were like not used to that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm so used to designing everything and crafting it and giving them song titles and song subjects and being like, rap about this, and we'll call the song this, and me doing the hook, and me picking out the beat, you know, at least for like 6 songs on the album, letting them do the rest or something, you know. You know, but the point was, I mean, some artists required more input than others, but the point was, there was no input going into Ouija. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His shit was ironclad, and I didn't like it at first because I felt more experienced. I felt I've been around longer, and I knew the audience, and I felt like he wasn't. You guys understand? We had no affiliation before this, so I felt like he wasn't putting the proper attention into what I knew Juggalos liked to hear. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
On most occasions.
Do you think it was a generational clash where maybe he just looked at things a little differently?
Fuck
right?
yeah, absolutely. Right. But also, I'm talking to my equal.
Absolutely.
Like, it took me a minute to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? Like, this motherfucker, I'm not bringing nothing to his table, and he's not bringing nothing to mine. I'm looking at my equal right here artistically. You get what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
So, once I fucking realized that, I was like, I mean, that might be conceited, me saying that, but that's how I felt. Like I'm I felt like I'm dealing with my equal. Once I realized this motherfucker was legit, like this was a real one, we got along like, you know, we're best of friends, man. All we do is respect each other, man. I talk to him damn near every day.
Jay, I'm going to be real, man. There were some years where I was not following Psychopathic very closely, and I was a huge Swag2 fan. So when you guys signed Ouija, I was like, okay, maybe Psychopathic's figuring something out. Like, maybe I can get back on. Because I'm being completely honest with you, bro. It brought me back in. And I'm always been a Juggalo forever. But Ouija, I was like, no, this is the shit. And he got hated at the beginning. And it was hard to watch. To the old head Juggalos around me, bro, they was kind of making fun of him, being like, "Oh, we don't really like this Ouija Matt guy." And I'm like, "Nah, y'all don't understand. This is Juggalo. Y'all don't understand."
Yeah.
And now they like him. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's cool. The thing, though. You know, everything becomes, you know, any type of change, everybody's gonna talk about it. They're gonna either diss it or jock it or say it sucks or say it's fresh. You know what I mean? But eventually, it all becomes old school. And for the most ninjas, once it becomes officially, like, no longer new, it becomes acceptable. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
it becomes, cool. Once the album has been out for you, like, when it first comes out, people pick it apart to death. You know what I mean? People put the foot down like, that album sucks. But once the album's been out for, like, 10 years, people are like, man, yeah, I like that record. It's all right. You know what I mean? Just that's from my experience anyway. But yeah, when Ouija first came out, of course there was all sort of, you know, anything we do, anybody we introduce, anything like that is gonna be like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, Ouija, hands down, it's not even close. There's not even a comparison. And I know Twisted was hella fresh as far as hungry and artistically driven and fucking you know, what is the word, ambitious, you know what I'm saying? And knowing who they eventually became, although for the first couple of 2 or 3 years all four of us were trying to figure that out, you know what I'm saying? Who they were, you know what I mean? But once they knew who they were, they grew nuts and they became like, no, this is what we're doing, and they became men. You know what I'm saying? But Ouija is like a fucking robotic Sasquatch. You know what I mean? He just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and creates and creates and creates and creates. And it's all good, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't, none of it is dull compared to the next, you know? He's a fucking monster. And in my, 33 years in this business, especially anybody we've ever worked with, I ain't never seen nobody like that, you know what I mean?
Whenever we have his name brought up in the word association, people always talk about his fucking workflow and his how much he grinds and how much he just knows to the fucking concrete. And like whenever anybody says that, we are always like, it closely resembles to the Clowns exactly what they did back in the day. And like
that's what I'm saying.
He sees your grind and is like on the same fucking level.
But artistically, it's completely its own beast. You know what I mean? It doesn't even remotely seem inspired by the things we did. You know, his at least not to me. Like I understand the nods of respect he gives us in his music, but I'm talking about his flow, his sound, his hooks, his beats. That shit don't sound nothing like ICP's
I've always
classic
thought,
shit, you know?
Yeah, I've always thought Ouija was like if you put Insane Clown Posse, Lil B, Lil White, Young Thug, and Future in like a blender and spilled the sauce, and that was like this whole new thing called Ouija Mac. Like it speaks to me because straight up.
I love it. I mean, I love it as a fan, and that's what I can say about him.
You talked about like when music evolves, it kind of has to evolve in order for things not to remain stagnant in the fucking culture. And he's like that next evolution into the wicked shit, and it's a different take on it.
No doubt. And the thing is, he's like the next generation. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
He's like something that keeps it going at a nonstop pace. When ICP, we're at another phase in our career where he's at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he's like carrying the fucking baton. He's carrying the fucking torch, and at the same pace and just as vigorously and aggressively and creatively, but with his whole new sauce and color and flavor. I'm blown away by the ninja, and he's a fucking real one. He's a good dude.
Yes.
I'd suck his dick.
Hey Jay, we're still on word association. The next name is Shaggy the Airhead.
I'd suck his dick too.
The next name is Shaggy too, though. We just keep going and going and going.
I would suck Shaggy's dick so many times, man. It's like fucking your wife after 30 years.
The name on the list is Parker Mullins of D-Town Customs.
Oh, man, this is an underground podcast, right?
This is underground as it gets, Joe. Thank you for pulling up,
I'm
man.
Mention something really quick and efficiently. Parker's what I see as once again, an ambitious, successful, not even successful, don't matter if he's successful, but he's bound to be He's struggling. He's hustling. He's creative, got ideas, and he makes his ideas happen. You know, that's why he owns D-Town Customs. You know what I mean? And he's out there moving and shaking. And I thought, I'm gonna put together, and the FBI can peep this out. I'm gonna put together a league. It's gonna be sort of like I believe it was Parker's girl. I don't remember her name right now, but she mentioned the name Juggalo. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna put together a Juggalo of fucking hustlers like you ninjas, right? Who do your podcast and hustle and advertise and climb and drive and eat and fucking march, you know? And we're gonna put together a secret Illuminati of ninjas like that. Maybe Illuminati ain't the right word because we ain't crooked, but we're gonna have secret underground banquets, and we're gonna make moves together. Like if some ninja loses their house and they lost everything, this Juggalo's gonna hear about it, and without any publicity or anybody knowing, we're gonna put our power together and come together, and it's only gonna be like 40 ninjas, right? And we're gonna move over and buy them a new house or whatever the fuck we need to do as a group, you know, and just make dope ass moves, and that would be fresh, you know what I mean? And if people wonder if there's gonna be a crooked side to it, like if we do this idea and there's gonna be a crooked side, and are we moving drugs on the underground or human sex trafficking or you know, dealing in bath salts directly from Prague. I believe the country is called. If you're wondering if we're doing all that, the answer is absolutely, bitch.
Hey, we some Thuggalos at the end of the day, Jay. We some Thuggalos, you feel me? That's the
what
motto.
we're doing.
Another name, I want to run through some of these word associations so we can get everyone mentioned, you feel me? I got Devereaux up next.
My man. Creative as fuck, hungry beast, you know, constantly creating, you know, a real one. That's why I fuck with him. His beats remind Mike Clark's in the sense that they're clean. You know what I'm saying? They're like everything's mixed nicely. Everything's, you know, wide and spread out and fresh. Shaggy the Airheads beats to me are more like Wu-Tang, more like RZA beats where they're like loops thrown together, you know, and drop something on it at that second, you know, and those beats are equally as fucking dope. You know what I mean? Right. They're just slightly different. You get what I mean? I think Devereaux's beats are more polished, you know, but I'm not saying that's better. I'm saying that means Shaggy the Airheads beats are more raw. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like either way you look at it is fresh.
It's different flavors of dope. There's many flavors of dope shit. You know what I'm saying? The next name I have, he was our guest on the Thuggalo show last night, the Rude Boy, but his phone died. But he did pull up. Rudy, what's your thoughts on the Rude Boy and DJ Carlito? Why not both of them?
You know, Rudy, of course, is one of my probably top 3 best friends in the world, you know, or top 2, you know what I mean? I've known him since I was probably 12, you know what I mean? Getting wrestlers' autographs behind Joe Louis Arena, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's my boy, you know what I'm saying? He's been through a lot, you know what I mean? But I never known anybody like him, you know what I'm saying? He's my boy.
I love listening to him talk. I can listen to him talk for hours, man.
Yeah, he's controversial though. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, he's controversial. We got a ninja art camp that's
Sometimes
controversial.
I think he tries to be like that though, you know? But his problem is he goes too far sometimes, you know? Like, I think he tries to be like that. Here's what I'm saying. I think Rudy's opinion is real. But his drive to make his opinion or his point, he goes too far sometimes on purpose, and he goes too far. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. But he's my boy. I'm gonna love him no matter what. You know what I mean?
I wanted to add this name to the word association: Corey Feldman, aka the Comeback King, who should be at the gathering. I feel like.
Ooh.
If it was totally me, Corey Feldman, first of all, I'd make him an offer he couldn't refuse, even if I had to spend my kids' college tuition. All right,
Shit.
I wouldn't even think twice about it. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. I fuck with that though. I love Corey Feldman, bro. Real shit.
If I didn't have people watching out for my shit, I would have already done this. I'd have just PayPal'd him the whole fucking account. You know what I mean? And trusted and hoped he'd be there. But not that I got a bag or nothing.
I think you got a bag, player.
No, I don't.
No?
Quit thinking that. No, fuck no. Come on, man. I don't like people thinking that because it ain't true. Let me tell you something. Real talk. I spend every fucking thing I make. You
can't take it with you, man. You can't take
I'm always
it with
at
you.
zero, man. That's how I've always been. You know what I mean? When I worked at the gas station, I spent that $200 the day I got it. You know what I mean? Every week. And nothing's changed but the weather, man. I'm doing the
Real
same
shit.
thing. That's right. I'm a fool.
I wanted to speak on Babytron. I know a lot of people, there was a lot of the incident at the gathering where like the crowd wasn't really feeling it as much as they could have been. What was your opinion on how Babytron and his gathering set went?
I didn't see nothing of it. I didn't see any of it, but I heard about it. I just think he was just, poor guy was just fucking misinformed. I think his heart was in the right place. I didn't see anything though. I can't say nothing. I didn't see nothing. You guys know the history with us and me and Babytron. You probably heard it.
Yeah, bro. He used to watch WrestleMania at your house growing up.
Every pay-per-view.
Nice.
His dad, Sadistic from Motown Rage, would come over. Bring his son, and his son would hang out with my kids, and we'd all watch every pay-per-view. For like, probably did that. In my memory is account for like 4 years. And then when I seen him on Adam, or when I did Adam 22, yeah, you guys know.
Right.
He came in there, and he was like, "I grew up at your house." I was like, "What?" Yeah. So I started talking to Sadistic, and I'm like, "Oh, dog, your son's fucking school." He's like, "Yeah, man, that's dope." So anyway, yeah, we I was like, let's put on the gathering, and he was down. Everything was good. I just think he just never probably been to the gathering, never knew what it was about.
He knew what he was walking into.
It's a different audience. Maybe he didn't know quite how to play to that audience.
Right.
He might not have been told correctly prior,
Man, I think us being juggalos, I think we underestimate how different of an audience it is.
I love
Babytron.
That's
what I'm saying.
Bro.
I love him too. But I'm saying, out there in the hip hop world today, a young kid like him getting on, doing shows at clubs every night, it ain't nothing like coming to the gathering. Those motherfuckers walked in there like, what are we at? You know what I'm saying? Like we're so used to the gathering, it seems tame to us. But coming from their environment, doing clubs every night, and those guys are like young and they're on this current hip hop mainstream thing. They're blowing up out there. So I can't imagine anything different than walking into this massive fucking campground full of painted faces and people. You know what I'm saying? People throwing shit everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of Babytron's fans are like, LA hype beasts. They probably don't know anything about the Juggalo world.
I'm saying,
it
really ain't their fault because they're not, hip. But that's what happens when you come to the gathering. If he writes a book 20 years from now, I'll bet you he remembers that.
That'll be a chapter. That'll be a chapter.
Yeah. Fuck, Prince got booed off. You know what I'm saying? Opening for the Rolling Stones back in the day.
20 years from now will be the 43rd annual gathering of the Juggalos. I can't wait for that one, bro. Can't wait, man. Because I'm going to be there, and if it's going to happen, bro. I manifest this culture ain't going nowhere. Because we had like a Reddit post promoting Violent J on the Thuggalo show, and there were some people like dissing us. Like being like, Thuggalo show ain't going to have Violent J on. Ain't no way he going to pull up on that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, why are you hating? What is this hate for, player?
I guess it's not a secret now. They can pull up on our nuts because it's happening.
Facts, big facts. We always do a segment on the Thuggalo show called the Page of the Week, Jay. What we do is we find someone within the community, we bring them on, we ask them, basically their Juggalo background story. Because like Chapter 17, we are the pages. We want to ensure that on the Thuggalo show, we represent a different page every installment. So let's introduce our Page of the Week this week. Here we go. This is actually a member of our team of the Thuggalo Show, our director. This is the chef, a.k.a. J. Herm, Juggalo Jesus. J. Herm, welcome to the Thuggalo Show, player. You're the page of the week.
Whoop. What up, homies?
What
Now-
up? What up?
Violent J, do you recognize this gentleman?
He might not.
Yeah, it's hard for
Come
me
in
to
closer.
see from.
Come in closer.
It's hard for
Okay,
me
yeah.
to see from where
All
I'm
right.
at. You know. It's
Well,
like
Jay,
you-
can you introduce yourself to Violent J?
So, for me, you would know me as the chef from Motown Rage.
No doubt. No doubt. That's
Yeah.
okay. No doubt, homie. What's up? What's good? Yeah.
But,
This motherfucker
yeah.
has a fit. You have officially cooked for me before.
I have. A few
It wasn't a
times.
Joe Bowl because we felt that.
It wasn't a Joe Bowl.
That's right. That's right. I have enjoyed your delectables in the past, my man. Yes.
So, J. Herm, how did you become a Juggalo, homie?
I walked into my cousin's room one morning, and he was playing the Shockumentary in 1997. And I was hooked for life, went and bought the Ringmaster and the Riddle Box. And listened to them forever until I got another CD, which was The Amazing Jekyll Brothers, which just came out.
And which Joker's card would be your favorite?
Ringmaster for sure.
That's
That one
mine
hits
as
the
well.
most.
Jay,
So-
when you do Violent J, when you do VIPs, do people come up? I know a lot of people come up and probably trauma dump on you and tell you some crazy shit. But when people
Yeah, my man. You right about that.
when people pull
Wow.
up on you on some honest shit, what's the most common Joker's card that people refer to as their favorite? Is it Malenko? I would assume.
No, Riddle Box.
I could see that.
Nice.
too.
I could see
Yeah.
that too. Absolutely.
I'd say Riddle Box is probably the most popular, in my opinion. Out of when Juggalos tell me what their favorite album is, you know what I mean. More than anything, it's probably Riddle Box, but believe it or not, it could be all of them. You know, it's hard to understand this. You know what I mean? But just imagine the experience you had walking in and seeing that documentary, right? And then being like, oh fuck, going out buying the records after that. Imagine being your age when that happened, right? And somebody is playing Yum Yum Bedlam, and you walk in, you never seen or heard nothing like it, and you're checking out Yum Yum Bedlam, right? And it has that same effect. Juggalos today might be like, how the fuck could that record have that effect compared to all this other shit or whatever,
Right.
or whatever got me hooked or whatever? You know, you gotta understand, man, a lot of that shit is the first time you're experienced, the first time you're experienced to that shit, the first time you absorb that world, that's gonna probably always be something that can't be beat for you, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But then other people end up going back and liking Riddle Box. Like they might come on aboard during the days of Shangri-La and then do their homework and learn them all and be like, fuck, I like Riddle Box. You know,
Right.
it depends on whatever.
Talking about like all that stuff in first times, it was awesome because my first time meeting you was Ray brought me to your house to the cabin in the woods, and he was like, hey Joe, this is the biggest Juggalo in the world. And my heart dropped because I looked at you and you were like, and you gave me a look, and I was like, Joe, I was like, Ray, that was the worst thing you could have said.
No, man,
But then
Ray-
afterwards, you were like, oh, we're coming to the company picnic and cooking for us, so that's awesome. So it ended up turning out for the good for all of us, which was super amazing.
Dope, man. Well, good, man. Ray's a trip to this day.
Oh yeah.
I love Ray though, man. Yeah, but it's all good, man. That's cool.
Well, you got Violent J on the Thuggalo Show. We're coming on the come down here, Jay. I want to thank you again for spending this time with us tonight. Jay Herm is the page of the week. Thank you for pulling up. We got some announcements from the Gathering of the Juggalos regarding main stage. We have Arrested Development, which is fresh as fuck. I'm a young ninja, but I fuck with them heavy. City Morgue.
Did they announce them? I didn't know.
They
We
did
announced them?
announce. Yes, they did. They did. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's dope, man.
City Morgue, who obviously Thuggalos fuck with City Morgue. Heavy. Glad you
Yeah.
brought those guys back.
Fuck yeah, man.
Kung Fu
That's
Vampire.
like our big score this year, man. City Morgue, man. That shit.
Hell yeah.
them motherfuckers the deal, man. Hell yeah. It's like I'm proud to have them on board this year, man.
And yesterday, Hetz was announced for main stage on night 1.
The homie.
Yo.
The homie Hetz. We love Hetz. We need him on the show, man. Shout out to
Hell
Hetz.
yeah.
For real.
There you go. There you go.
So I wanted to ask, is there any sauce about the gathering that you can spill, Violent J, on the Thuggalo show?
The only real sauce I can spill right now is that my brother's going. Well, I guess I am too. We're going all out on the alien theme. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like we're going all out on the fucking. I guess the alien theme is pretty much incorporated anywhere, everywhere.
Right.
Like the fucking haunted house is gonna be like an alien theme to it. You know what I mean? The stages, everything's alien style. You know, and I think every year we always have a theme. You know, I was telling my brother this the other day. I think every year we have a theme. You know, like whether it's the what was it, the hippie theme we did that one year?
2018, Whoop Stop.
Woopstock.
There you go, Woopstock, that's right. And then we did like you know, we always have a different theme. We did the superhero theme. But this year I think we're going all out on the alien theme, you know what I'm saying? That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
it feels like. Like I feel like we're taking the alien theme and mashing it out, you know? And so that's what's cool. It's gonna be different, you know. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
We respect that. Violent J, I want to thank you for pulling up on the Thuggalo show. Thank you for giving us your precious time, dog. Obviously,
Oh, yeah.
the Duke of the Wicked. You created this damn subculture, bro.
Right.
This your
No,
shit.
man. No, that's not true, man. This shit is organic. This shit happened. I'm a witness to it, just like you, man.
Well,
That's
the
real as I
Thuggalo
can
show, hey, the Thuggalo show, we got together. We wanted to do our own shit, and we eating off the culture. So whoever made it, thank you.
Do
I
your
think
thing,
Joe Bruce
man.
made it. Hey,
Expand though. Expand. Don't just be about the culture. Expand. Get everybody.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, we already
Introduce-
doing that, man. We've had
That's
people
what
on
I'm
this
saying.
show that ain't Juggalos.
Introduce
really.
them to the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
it is, man. Do that thing, man. You guys are the shit, man. Thank you, man.
Violent J, everyone in the chat knows where to find you on social media, but I have to ask, where can we find you online?
I don't know what that means.
I
Oh,
think
like
it's
what's my-
violentj.icp on Instagram.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Close.
man. What is it? At Violent? What is it? Is it at Violent J, right? Is that my Insta? What's my Insta?
ViolentJ.icp.
What is it?
Yeah.
ViolentJ.icp.
ViolentJ.icp.
Hell yeah,
Oh.
man. Stream Insane Clown Posse on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. Watch the music videos. Like, Jay, man, thank you again. Thank you for giving your time. And we got one more question. Onstead, what's the question we always ask at the end?
Violent J, would you consider yourself a Thuggalo? You've said it plenty of times tonight, but let's blow you up nice and big here.
Would you consider yourself a Thuggalo?
Officially, referee, whistly. Yes.
Woo woo! That's
There
it,
it is.
player.
And that's straight from the Duke's mouth, so you can't refute that
Hey.
shit.
No, no.
The Duke. That's right.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys, man. That was fun,
Violent-
man. I had fun, man. Get something to do on this fucking Saturday night. You know what I mean?
Hey,
Yeah.
Up
You
in my
could've been-
bedroom, up in this bitch.
hell yeah, player. Well, have a great rest of your evening, man, and you're welcome back, obviously, dog. Obviously.
Hey, thank you, man.
Thank you, man.
You guys are the shit, man. Much clown love. Whoop whoop, man.
Whoop,
Whoop,
whoop.
Two
Aloha.
roots, iced out hula hoops, and marshmallow Fruit Loops. Yeah.
Gang. Hell yeah.
Peace.
Peace. That was Violent J, the Duke of the Wicked, pulling up on the Thuggalo show. Onstead, Elixir J. They said it couldn't be done.
Yeah.
They
Oh.
said the Thuggalo show couldn't do it. They said
They said we
couldn't
was
do
capping. They said we was capping.
It was gonna be me in makeup. They said I couldn't do it.
Come out here and make up.
Ooh. Hey, to everyone watching, I want to say special thanks to our page of the week, our director, our team member, Jay Herm was the page of the week. Thank you, Jay, for pulling up in the flesh.
Love you all. Thank you all. It's all because of you.
Hell
Every one
yeah.
of you watching and everyone contributing. We love you all.
Hell yeah. Whoop whoop to Jay Herm, whoop whoop to Onstead. Elixir, man, what do you think about that? What do you think about Violent J pulling up?
Oh, dude, as you said, man, it was, couldn't believe it until it happened. And then it
Hell
happened.
yeah.
And now
Honest-
there's no doubt.
There's no doubt, and I want to thank everybody. We got a lot of people watching. Darby O'Trill, Shaggy the Airhead. There were a lot of influential people in the chat. Bridget
Oh,
Bites. Thank you to
Free
everyone that
Will.
pulled up. And if you're pulling up for the first time, go look at everybody
Hit
we've
that button.
interviewed.
Oh, yeah.
We've had Devereaux, Clownvis, Golden
There's
BSP.
29 other chapters for you to check out.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of freshness on this channel. So y'all been sleeping for a minute, but the Duke done slammed the alarm clock on y'all bitch ass tonight. Y'all pulled up for this one. So we have nothing else to say. Thank you. Thank you for watching Thuggalo Show. I'm Trailer Park Cinderella.
It's your boy Einstein in this bitch.
Elixir in the motherfucking mixer.
And aloha from Jay Herm.
And next week, who's our guest next
Oh
week?
yeah,
Oh,
we were
yeah.
just so fucking mind blown that we forgot to even address the next week. Next week.
Yeah, go ahead. Next week
Mother-
on the Thuggalo Show, Free Will. You saw them at the gathering. They pulling up next week. They did a video of Violent J. Come the fuck on
Oh,
now.
yeah.
That shit's dropping eventually. Free Will on the
Soon.
Thuggalo Show next week. Pull up or be a Juff. Bitch.
Yeah.
Woo woo.
Woo woo.
Hey, this is Ouija Mac, the ugliest juggalo that ever fucked your bitch. Tune into the Thuggalo podcast or you ain't shit, ho.